The latest with regard to that special sitting on the impeachment process against Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko. Vincent, before we lost you, you were telling us what had transpired in the morning session at the Senate today.
Absolutely. The morning session of the Senate special sitting that marked the beginning of the impeachment proceedings against embattled Governor Mike Sonko has just ended, and the legislators will be back in their house in the afternoon to continue with it. What happened today is that the members of the National County Assembly who impeached the governor were here, and also the governor himself was present, and each of them, both sides were given 30 minutes each to be able to argue their case. And when we go to the National County Assembly through their lawyers, especially their lead lawyer, Njiru Ndegwa, they argued that really Sonko is not fit to hold office, and basically they were trying to justify the 4 charges that they used to impeach the governor. That includes, gross misconduct, abuse of office, gross violation of the Constitution, and also the claiming that the governor doesn't have the mental capacity to run the government of Nairobi County. And therefore they were saying that this is a question of good governance, a question of transparability, and also a question of accountability, and these are stuff that should not be debated. And therefore they are saying senators should look at their case, their evidence, and also vote him out, make sure that the governor is impeached. Also, the governor also used this chance, the first 30 minutes, to argue his case through his lead lawyer, Harrison Kinyanjui. And the lawyer raised some preliminary objections, saying that some of the charges, like for instance, arguing that when the debate to impeach the governor was being held, the House, the County Assembly never met the threshold whereby they were required, according to their standing orders, to supply the evidence again to the governor, the evidence that they had to the governor 3 days before debate for them to proceed, which the lawyer is arguing they never did so. And also the lawyer was arguing that when they say the governor, one of the charges they are putting against the governor is that his failure or his refusal to sign the budget that has denied resources to the Nairobi Metropolitan Service and also the executive to run, especially the functions that were transferred to the national government from the county government. The lawyer is arguing that this is a case that is before court, and therefore there being a case in court that is still alive, it should not be subjected to this kind of plenary session. And therefore he is arguing and asking the speaker not to admit the evidence that have been forwarded by members of the Nairobi County Assembly. And therefore these are some of the things that the speaker will give a way forward when they come back in the afternoon session. But today is the day of the members of the Nairobi County Assembly to argue their case. Governor Sonko will argue his case tomorrow on Thursday, and thereafter on that same day is the day the senators will now vote to either reject or approve the resolution of the Nairobi County Assembly to impeach the governor. And therefore it will be needed at least 24 senators out of the 47 elected senators to be able to vote and decide the fate of embattled Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko.